Hey guys, and I am here to actually show you something different today. Because I actually last night I was like, my brain was like this, like shoot firing on the entire show. Like on like many things. So I created like, yeah, three things, and well, I will show those later. I just need to know what I've done for one of them, but I want to show these though. Okay, so I think you guys are gonna like this. Okay, so all you Ben 10 lovers, stick around. Okay, you're gonna like this. I have made my own Ben 10 aliens. I had these ideas for a while, so that's the reason why I was like, okay, I gotta do this. So say hello to, well, I always forgot what name I said before, but I think I called them Deficions or something like that. Uh, basically, but I'm okay. I'll say the Benton alien name, but these guys are basically able to like turn anything, turn like mold, like pretty much move everything around them like it's clay. Basically, mold it around and make other things out of it. The only weakness is liquid, but they basically can walk around space and do anything else. So, and most stuff can like phase through them, so they're kind of like ghosts, but they can't phase through solid objects, but things can't phase through them. Now, these aliens are very particular on the fact that they actually make materials and basically what they want it to do. Well, morally by gathering the materials and then giving it the prompt of idea of what it should do, like the material is, and then they give it a whole name. Now, basically, my friend told me this, and basically, the material is kind of like clingy onto them because they can leave that body and go back to their other form. It's just like it will make them want to stay. And that's the thing that makes them stay there because they just like it's so basically it's very clingy, but you can shoot it out and basically make a whole new material that never existed. What's basically the new element that you just made by gathering materials and basically wanting that material to do a certain thing. Well, I find very cool. I think Ben would name this guy, I don't know what Ben would name this one. I want to name him like I don't know. You guys tell me what you think Ben would name this. Like Ben 10, if he had this alien, what would he name this? Also, by the way, if you guys don't know what the collar is, because I know I have to put the Omnitrix somewhere, the collar is basically how they talk to people, and it's basically like a universal remote. It's able to let them speak to any race of aliens and people, basically allowing them to speak to everyone and for everyone to understand exactly what they're saying, no matter what language they're speaking. Here, and I only made two, so this is my last one. This is another Ben 10 alien I made, and this one I think Ben would name this one Time. I feel like he would name this one Time Track. But these guys are called Time Percipients, actually. Time Percipients are creatures that are basically, they have fleshy, meaty parts, but they're basically all tech also. It's a very weird mixture of the two. And they are incredibly slow. But the benefit of them being incredibly slow is that they're also incredibly fast. And you guys are wondering what I mean by that. So let's call him by his Ben 10 name, Time Track. Time Track is actually able to fast forward himself and rewind his own self. But the only thing is that it doesn't age him or de-age him. It just keeps him in his state of form, and he just rewinds back to all the places that he's been currently. He can also fast forward. Now he does have 5 stick bombs. Now these don't explode. I just call them stick bombs because I think that sounds cool. And basically what they do is that you throw them on anything, and basically when he rewinds backwards, those will rewind backwards. When he goes forward, he will go forward. They will go forward. Now the only thing is that, and here's a little bit of a complex thing here. They don't actually explode. Like, say someone shot missiles. If the missiles would never explode, because end of the day he doesn't age or de-age. That means the cancers would never explode. They are basically technically indestructible, but they're not. Really, and so he can fast forward. Now, obviously, you can't see that far, so that's the reason why in his visor he's able to. It has like a tracking beam that allows him to see how far they are, and so it will go like as far as to the point where they were created. So when they were made for this person to use, that's when they will go, and that's when a time fluctuation will happen. Now, in other words, if you guys don't know what time fluctuation is, a new thing I created, and listen up here because this is kind of cool. So, say if someone shot something that was basically like it's a creation gun, it shot something and instantly was created. Now, if he was able to put the bomb on there and fast forward, it would create a time fluctuation. A basically a hold up, basically a time, basically where the existing point where it basically just came into existence and him going backwards would clash. Basically a place where there is no time and time moving backwards or forward. Well, forward is good, it's only backwards that will really damage it at that point. So if you and so basically it will create time, I call them time croco waves. Basically rippers in time where basically it will have waves effects, and these actually make these aliens very sick, because the more you do it, the more it will actually like it makes them very sick when this happens. So they do usually try to avoid this. They do usually avoid this mostly. But yeah, I also want to say something about the first alien that I didn't say before, and I just remembered it. Those guys are made by dwarf stars, like explosions from dwarf stars. If you guys don't know what I mean, dwarf stars are very powerful, but it's when you have a bunch of them. I had food in my mouth. So when you have like 1,000, like when you have like a bunch of dwarf stars, a bunch of them will create them. Now that means they look different and they may have more orbs or less orbs. The orbs are basically like sentient beings. So basically you have like more, but they all are working in one, so it's one sentient being that's multiple of them. But it's not like Alien X. You can't, it doesn't like they have any control over it. It is just that. And for that matter, because of that, it's actually a really cool idea, because it's basically they live in a galaxy that was basically had thousands of dwarf stars exploded that created their planet. Well, they existed and they created their planet. I call it the dwarf system for obvious reasons. The dwarf system also has other planets. I may do that, but tell me if you guys like these Ben 10 aliens. I really like this, and I would definitely agree to do this again, because this was actually incredibly fun. So yeah. What do you guys think about their abilities? What do you think about how they exist? And what do you guys think? Ben 10 worthy, not Ben 10 worthy? Will you guys change anything about their abilities? Tell me. I'm all ears, people. I'm all ears. You see? All ears. See you guys later. Crimson Thunder out.